Hey folks, I'm attorney Roger P. Foley, and going to talk about the relationship with criminal defense attorneys and prosecutors, and how it is, right? There are different types of attorneys that handle different types of cases, and some people are trial attorneys, some people are motion attorneys, some people are plea attorneys, right? A lot of people are a combination of those things. And I joke. I know some attorneys that are always like, "Hey man, what's up? Hey brother, hey what's good? Hey," it's like everybody's friend kind of idea. And I've always been of the philosophy that if you might be friendly, you may be popular, you may get some good deals, but are you getting great or extraordinary deals? Not really. If you're friends with someone and you hang out with them, sure, I mean, they're going to hear you, but also if you're an attorney that's not friends with people, you're going to be respected by your reputation or by your work ethic and your interactions with that prosecutor. And I'm not saying by any means that you shouldn't be like cordial and stuff like that, but I got to tell you, like, it's a difficult balance, right? It's like you talk and, hey man, okay, we got our depots on this day and this and that, but then what you find is, right, no one's really your friend, right? No one's coming over to help you clean the garage on a Saturday or, babysit your dogs or your kids, right? Like it ain't that kind of like relationship. It's just like it's an adversary with professionalism, but man, it's hard because, sometimes someone's talking to you and they're all nice or they're overly nice, like almost too much. And it's like, I don't really need that. I'd rather not like my opponent a little bit because I don't really like my opponent. It has nothing to do with their person. It has to do with what they could be really nice people, but I don't like their action. I don't like the way they're handling a case, or I don't think that a case should be prosecuted. Again, my opinion's no better than anyone else's. They have an opinion, I have an opinion, we both have jobs. But the hardest part of it is like, hey man, could you give probation on my guy? How about 2 years of probation and anger management classes, and what if he does some mitigation? And like, oh, it's so hard, like, because it's like, hey, and it almost becomes a scenario where you're asking for people stuff. I'm not asking you for anything personal. It has nothing to do with me. But it almost, right, it's like, King, can I have some bread for my family? It's like, what are we doing, right? Like, or you'll have someone be saying, I'm not doing that, take it or leave it. Like, bro, like, first of all, I'll leave your ass in the back alleyway. Like, that's what my first thought is. I go back to my youth. Like, brother, I'll whoop your ass and throw you in the back of a car and drive around with you for 2 days and then drop you back off with your family. Now, again, I'm joking, folks, right? I'm joking. But the thought goes through people's mind. Don't think, like, we're all human beings, right? Everyone's the same. And when someone talks to you in a certain tone or is disrespectful or says something just, quite frankly, stupid, or what you think is stupid as a defense attorney, trust me, and it goes for the same for prosecutors. There's plenty of prosecutors that are like, that defense attorney is a douche, or just, shady or bad or whatever. They don't like them. Being an attorney is not a friend. Like, everyone's like, well, do you golf? No, I don't golf. I don't golf. Who am I meeting on the golf club? Like, come on. Like, if I'm doing transactional stuff and I'm pushing paperwork and doing some real estate, sure. Like, when I'm doing criminal defense and personal injury, like, well, Bob, what'd you shoot this round? Like, come on, like, no one gives a shit about that. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's not who you're friends with. It's not, my attorney knows the judge. A good attorney knows the law. A great attorney knows the judge. And it's like all these little stupid sayings and stuff. And it's the furthest thing from the truth. I mean, there's some good judges, and then there's some judges that are really like sipping on the government's juice sort of thing. Like, they couldn't hack it in private practice or whatever, and they become judges. Or it's a political stepping stone. And again, I'm not knocking judges. I mean, there's great judges, there's not so good judges. I mean, it is what it is. There's good attorneys, there's bad attorneys, prosecutors, etc. But I personally don't like the, hey man, can we do diversion? Hey, ASA, Smith, I got this case with you. Let me tell you about my client, and they're a really good person, and I do it. And why do I do it? Why? Because you're paying me to do everything I can to help you. And if I can pucker up and kiss ass and humanize you and get what you want, then it's great. But does that take a toll? Absolutely. It costs $10,000 for diversion? I mean, seriously. Yeah. You were looking at a prison sentence or a jail sentence and followed by probation, before you called me. And now you're in a diversion, your case is getting dismissed. And it took that much of my soul to kiss up to someone that, like, quite frankly, annoys me. Sir, may I have a quarter? May I have a quarter? I just need some food. May I snack on your garbage, sir? Like, that's what it feels like at times, right? Maybe other attorneys don't feel that way, but sometimes like, oh goodness, I got to talk to that person, and I find out who someone is. Oh, it's that judge. Oh, dude, and I try to find out who the prosecutor and the judge is before I'm even on the case. Like, I'm hoping that someone's already been assigned, because sometimes, like, when you don't know, you go, oh, dude, we got Mr. Prosecution or Mr. Prosecutor, Mr. and Mrs., where everything is like, a battle, and it's like, hey, it's my client's 50 years old, and he got a trespass suit. I want a year of probation. Shut up. Shut up. He was told to leave. Yeah, after they gypped him on the bill at the restaurant, and they charged him $900, and him and his wife had, two steaks and It should have been $200, not $900, right? So he yelled and complained, and now you're charging him with disorder. And I get that. I get like, oh, you want a year of probation, anger management, or 10 days? Shut up. Shut up. That's stupid, right? People are allowed to be upset and boisterous, and a cop will come in that kind of dispute and be like, it's a civil matter, you can call corporate, and you guys know how that, you'll reach corporate in the Philippines or Mexico or some other, far off destination, where they'll be like, okay, so the reason you are calling is because you want to make a complaint that they overcharged you. Is that correct, sir? But with an accent that you probably struggle to understand. You go, what? Okay, the reason, and they say it 3 times, and you're really wanting to hit the phone down, right? But then you get someone that's just so ridiculous. Or you get a weed case in Martin County, and they want to offer you 30 days jail, and you have no criminal history, but you had a blunt on you. Come on, this is stupid stuff. And you go, what? And then, but you realize, leadership, attitude reflects leadership. So if you got a crappy judge, a lot of times you get a prosecutor that acts the same way, because they know that if they're lenient, that the judge is going to question them, and that's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fair and impartial. But I've literally had prosecutors say to me, hey, if I did this, the judge isn't going to accept it. And you go, oh. So what would I rather do? I'd rather have a bunch of innocent clients, or a bunch of clients that the case facts are like a law school problem, right? A law school problem where it could go 50 this way, 50 that way. Just right? Who can make the right? When you're in law school, just so you guys know, there's always an appellate argument that's presented. You got to research the hell of it. You got to draft a motion, right? And you have to make an argument to the appeal. And it literally is 50-50. They're designed, they're written in that particular way. And then you go make your argument. And by the way, when I was in law school at University of Miami, I was doing so great. I was coaching other people, and you know what happened? On my actual argument, I crashed and burned. That's the reality. And I remember people going, oh, dude, dude, it's crazy. Hey, could you give me some pointers? I could talk. But when I went in there, I don't know. I just listened to all my fellow students, oh my goodness, what if I fail? And I don't know. It started to, I was like, dude, it's just some people sitting in a room, playing make pretend judge. How hard could it be? And then I say that, and boom. So never get overconfident, right? The littlest guy in the room could beat your ass. The quiet guy in the room could beat your ass. I crashed and burned, and I always use it as an example. Always be humble. Never don't don't over worry about stuff, but don't be overconfident ever, right? So anyway, but yeah, I wish I could just do trial 21 out of 30 days, and I don't know, maybe do that for at least a month, where I just have like, I don't know, how many trials can you have in 21 days? If depending on the case, right? Some felonies could last really long, so it depends. But you know, if I had cases that were like 1 to 5 days, and just however that happened, a few 1-day trials, a couple of 2-day trials, a couple 3-day trials, I think I'd be happy with that, because I wouldn't have to be like, may I have another, sir, please? I haven't eaten in 3 days. Please, sir, just a little bit of your scraps. Because I don't know, it's not that I'm not humble, it's just, I don't want to beg for your shit, but I do it, and I get charges changed and reduced and put into diversion and all that stuff. But what's the preference? The preference is to be the best trial lawyer I can be. And how do you become the best trial lawyer? Well, you can either take like every case that you can't win, like the public defender, right? That they get, or conflict counsel, where, you know, there's 16 crimes and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And everyone wants to go to trial because they're facing like life. And if you lose, you get life. If you plea, you get life. So why not do it? But do I want to do that too? No, I kind of, you know, I'd like the 50-50 cases. I guess everybody would, right? I mean, I don't want the slam dunks. I'm not saying that, because you don't need a trial if it's a slam dunk, right? You should just be able to convince someone. But the ones it's like, hey, you know, I don't believe you, but there's a, you know, there's reasonable issues, and there's legal arguments that you can make. I enjoy that. I enjoy the motions. I enjoy the trials, and I don't know. Anyway, just sharing with you. I'm attorney Roger P. Foley. Subscribe, follow, and if you're in trouble, if someone like that guy next to me crashes into you, see how I moved over like that? Because he was coming in my lane without a signal. If he crashes into you and harms you, there is negligence, stupidity, then give me a call. That's what I do. Criminal defense, personal injury. Subscribe. Peace. Thanks for listening. Bye.